Hello and welcome to the Automotive Flux channel. So today we're going to be playing Next Car Game, but we're going to be doing the career. I've talked about the career before, how I liked the inclusion of it, but I want to try it for real this time, so I've come up with a car. It's called the Firefly, but it's pink. It's just like along the same lines as the Minty CRX that I did before. It's just a pink version of the car. I've got all the sport upgrades on, so we should be okay. I don't like easy AI, so let's go normal. And when it comes to tuning, we'll just go standard in everything. This is only the second time that I have raced with this car, and the first time didn't go well. I'm pretty sure it's a C class. So the first video that I did on this game since the big update was with A class cars, and then we did B class last time with the CRX. And now we're doing C class, which is one of the slower classes, and I think it might even be the slowest class. So yeah, we're going downhill rapidly, but that's okay. I do like this car. It is a weird car that I'm not really sure what it's based on, but it's front wheel drive. I guess something European. I do not know. It hasn't gotten any visual upgrades, otherwise I would have done them. Only a couple of cars in this game actually do have visual changes, but this one is not one of them. So far this circuit seems to be pretty short, which is good. Whoa, because these cars don't seem to get much speed. The handling on this one is actually pretty good so far. I'm pretty surprised. You just have to be careful with it, really. But that's the same with all things. I have been having some difficulty recording this game. It's weird because the full screen isn't really full screen, except when you restart the game. So I have to restart the game once I get my audio recording in order to make it go, but then it only works sometimes. So I've been testing it with a couple of different small recordings to see if it was working or not, and I'm really hoping that this time it works. Anyway, let's get back into the race. So this is a 6-lap race, pretty quick to be honest, which is not a bad thing. One of our bonus objectives is to cause 500 points of damage, but I'm kind of confused as to what that is, because when it does, like when you hit somebody it shows a negative value, like, oh, you took negative 5% off of their health. So that is a percentage of the car's overall health, but that means that every single car would have 100 health, or 100%. So the values for damage are really hidden, and I do not know how much 500 damage actually is. One can assume that it's 5 whole cars killed, because 100% health could mean 100 damage, but at the same time some cars are tougher than others, so I don't know why that stat is hidden. Maybe I'm just not seeing it, but I do not know what 500 damage is, so I'm not concerned about it at all. I just figure we may as well go ahead and do these races. I think, though, that maybe I should have set the AI a little bit tougher. Right now we're pretty easily winning this. I was kind of hoping for more of a challenge. I upgraded this car to all sport upgrades because I don't have enough levels to get the maximum upgrades, which is unfortunate, but it's kind of the way it is. I'm not sure. Ouch. Oh, we have a rival now. I'm not sure if any of these cars that we're facing are upgraded. Like, this is the very first race in the career, so I'm sure that it's meant to be decently easy. So we'll see how it goes as we continue further on, but yeah, we're just going to continue to use this car as is and hope for the best as we continue to head through the career. One thing I would like to know is what cars are acceptable in the career. I had to look it up to figure out that this one was. Okay, so we've done a single race. Yeah, we are actually... Oh, there are some... So you can see we're Class C, we're 159 in points. I don't know what they're calling them. So you can see the one down from us was 136 and then 140, but there are a couple 168s, so we are not that far down on... Oh, we got street air filters for Killer Bee. Okay, I guess we just got a specific part for a specific car. So this is day 2. Let's go ahead and get into that. I'm not too concerned about the settings. I think that we're okay for the mixed track. I'm really liking this game, to be honest. We're in 13th to start, but we're in 1st overall. So I'm really liking this game. I really like the stuff that they've done to it. I really like the direction it's going. I mentioned that in my previous video. And I'm really hopeful for the future of this game. There haven't been any updates since the big December one, other than hotfixes. That's kind of what you would expect. One thing that I do like is that they got a publisher, and it's a decent one. They've got THQ Nordic to publish this game. If you don't know, they also have published games like Red Faction Guerrilla specifically, and ooh, that was really rough there. Oh my goodness. Wow, we are not going to get first in this race. We just got absolutely pounded. And there's something wrong with our car. Seems like the steering might be off a little bit now. And there's our rival up there highlighted in red. Hopefully we can come back because we are currently in last. One thing that's good about this career, while I take a bit of a sidetrack here, oh wow, is it only has 16 cars, so that makes it a little easier on the frame rate. I'm used to racing with 24 cars. Yeah, our steering is really messed up. That is very unfortunate, but you gotta be careful around that corner, as I have found out. And also it's better to hug the inside, apparently. Although right now we are missing pretty much the entire back left of our car, and that wheel is floating on what can only be described as oblivion. The pink, I don't know what to call this thing. Like, it was easy to call that CRX the minty CRX because it was a mint color, but this one, I don't even know. It's like watermelon pink. I don't know. Our back end is just gone though. Okay, missed the inside of that again. At least we're up into 12th. I mean, I'm not going to restart the race, but it would be excellent to get first in this, so that we can continue our streak of doing well here, because this is probably going to drop us down into like 6th overall, and then we'll have to really make up for it. Whoa. We'll have to really make up for it with our following 2 races, because this is out of 4 races, so we'll have to come back. So I can see here which cars are available for this. Okay, we're cutting to the inside. I was really unsure there. But I did not think that this car, for example, the one we just ran into, would have been good for this. I'm pretty sure it's a rear-wheel drive car. But at the same time, I have no idea, so that could totally be a front-wheel drive. But then again, this could also be a championship that allows rear-wheel drive cars, and I just don't know it. Yeah, they need to give a little bit more information on the careers, like just give a list of what cars are acceptable, for instance, so that we can plan ahead accordingly without just buying a bunch of cars. I mean, my end goal in this game is to buy every single car, but as of right now, there are quite a few, and that would take at least a couple hours of grinding, so it'd just be nice to know what's what. Alright, so we've moved up into 8th. This tire bundle here is not collision worthy, apparently, which is interesting. We're up into 6th. Let's see if we can get a podium position out of this. That would have to be some pretty serious luck on our part, or some pretty daring driving. It seems like the entire lead is all of these cars. Ooh. Okay, we took another hit to the front, but we're up into 5th. Okay, gotta take my hand off that stick because I'm moving the view right when I don't want to. Alright, 5th place, that's acceptable. That's a lot better than I was thinking that we'd do after we got hit so badly at the beginning. And overall, that puts us in first. We're tied for first with Killer B driving... Okay, I'm not even going to try and say that name. Alright, so this is race 3 out of 4. Let's see if we can do something with this. Yes. So this is a... Oh, it's a mixed track as well. So let's just leave the settings as they are. I forgot to check what track it was. Alright, we need to do better this time, and by better I mean a lot better, because we are falling slowly down the podium, and especially if we mess up here, we will be way down. Hopefully that 500 points of damage was throughout the entire race, because, and by race I mean the entire series, because I so far have not really been doing much damage to people. I've just been kind of doing damage to myself. We can start with that a little bit. Whoa. I have a habit of moving my right thumb onto the stick on my Xbox 360 controller, just because in games like Grand Theft Auto, for instance, that's an easy way to peek around a corner when you're driving so you know what's coming. But in this game it doesn't work like that, so I've got to be a lot more careful with my hand on the right side. Alright, we're taking it up the inside here. We've taken first place pretty easily this time. I guess that's what you get when you don't take a ton of damage at the beginning. Hopefully we can hold first place here. It probably won't be a very eventful race unless we really mess something up. But that's okay, it's only 6 laps. The environments in this game are definitely getting better and better to look at. I'm really appreciating the time that they're putting into it. But one thing that you'll notice is a lot of the vehicles are not textured yet in the crowds, which I find to be kind of funny. So next time we go around that corner back there where you get a good view of the inside lot, just check and look at the vehicles. I'll point it out, but a lot of them don't have any textures, so it's just a big gray thing. So one thing for these videos that I'm trying to do is trying to focus on the racing more than just talking about stuff, and I think that that's an important differentiation to make between my series. Like the grid series, okay, you see them there? They're all just gray. But the grid series is pretty much, the dirt/grid series is pretty much me just talking about stuff that's going on while playing a game, where this one I'm actually just playing the game and talking about the game. So if things go a little bit quiet, that's because I'm trying to mentally adjust myself so that I don't start talking about things that are going on in my life and instead focus on the game, because I'm very used to just talking about things that are just happening, and that's a lot easier to do than talk about the game, I would say. But either way, this has been a pretty easy race for us. We're up into fourth lap out of 6th, I mean, but we're in first place. We have 100% health as well, so we didn't take any damage there, really. If we cut out wide here, they're not that far behind us. Primary target achieved. Lead for 3 laps. So I hope that gives us some extra money, because I can always use it to buy more cars. One thing that I like that they'll likely change in the future is that painting your car is free. So you can change the look of your car completely for free, other than obviously body mods, which do cost in-game money. And that's quite good, because I was able to spend all of my money on performance and then upgrade this car to look how I wanted it to for no cost. So it's a nice feature, even though it's probably just an oversight at this point. Alright, we're coming up on lap 6. This is going to be another easy one as long as I don't make any serious mistakes. So one thing that you'll notice in the previous video, the quality was definitely down a little bit on what I'm used to putting out. That's just because I'm still working with Vegas, trying to come up with decent render settings. It has been a few weeks now, and I still haven't got it to a place where I'm happy. So if you have any input or suggestions on what I can do to fix the rendering settings, just let me know. Because right now I'm trying to get some speed out of the rendering while keeping the quality, because I feel that I'm doing something wrong there. It just seems like right now the nice, so we got first there. It just seems like right now the quality isn't really matching the time that it takes to render. Okay, we got another part for that one, and we are well ahead in first place. So let's go ahead and we'll do the final race of this series, I think. And then we'll see what happens. I don't know if there's a prize or something. Maybe you get a car. That'd be pretty sweet. See, right now in this game, they have every single car open to purchase, so all you have to do is just get money and you can buy any car in the game, which is nice. But I'm thinking that some of them should be locked behind trophies and doing well in these, or maybe some kind of tournaments, like versus AI tournaments or something. Because right now, the only real reason to do these careers is just to have an objective. Because at this point, they're just races, pretty much. Just a series of 4 races with a leaderboard and some objectives. Seems like they need a little bit more to make them a staple in the game. So you can actually go straight there and just dart through that S onto the other way to go. So we might try that next lap. I cut in really short there because it seemed like that's what everybody else was doing, but there is an alternate route there. It must be difficult to balance alternate routes. Like, they must have to send cars through there several times and just get a time difference for every single one. So kind of send somebody driving through there like 8 or 10 times and just get the mean time difference. Like, there it is right there, right? And then send them through the regular track so that that difference in time is like super close together overall throughout all the times that they attempted to do the lap. Alright, so we fought second, hit them off the track a little bit. They're still there though, and we're back into first. Being the final lap of the, not final lap, but final race of the series, I do want to continue our streak of getting first place, except for that one where we got 5th. Just ignore that. We did take a little bit of damage, but one thing I did notice, okay, we're going through here into this time. One thing I did notice is that let's hope, wow, that guy took the way in between there. One thing that I did notice was that this race has its own objective. It's not an overarching objective for the entire 4 races or the entire tournament. So that's good to know. But we seem to only have done one of the objectives, which was lead for 3 laps, versus the times when we have not done the objectives, which is pretty darn often. So I'm thinking that this section in here is a little bit slower, but it's still decent. Like, we're not going to lose any positions if we cut in there. We definitely do lose a little bit of time though. Even looking at our split there, we lost almost a second around that. So this next lap that we're doing will probably head on the tarmac version versus the dirt, just because it's seemingly a little bit quicker. Now, one thing that I wonder with AI is how they decide which way they're going to go. that must be a hard thing, because otherwise, like, if you program the AI to just go with the path of least resistance, like the fastest possible path, then they'll just always take the road, for example, and they'll just never go through the dirt section. But obviously that's just unrealistic. You want to mix it up a little bit so that they do take the other paths. So they must have to, like, make the AI flip a coin or something to figure out if they're going to run through one section or the other. Or maybe it's like based on an AI profile, like whether they're aggressive or not. Alright, so we're pretty much done this race. We're pretty much done with the video, actually, because I'm going to end it after this race. Let's jump through this same section again, and we'll just continue on. This car seems to have a pretty good top speed, but acceleration is a little bit sucky. Oh, that was it. Alright, wow, we were almost 10 seconds faster than the fastest other car. So we didn't get any targets. They call them day targets, so that makes sense. And, oh, we did get a car. We got the Rammer. Nice. Perfect, look at that. So I do not know. I guess we have to beat it with 4 of the possible cars. That's actually an interesting idea. And we can get a full score on it as well. Huh. Alright, that's pretty cool. Let's see the car that we got just quickly. Rammer. Okay, so that's this thing. Well, I'm happy to have another car, but it's not one that I'm particularly interested in. As you can see, we prefer to have the smaller cars here. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next week. I'm just gonna do another career. Let's go ahead and do another career. Yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed this video.